9. In the last 18 months, 9 caravan brands have gone under in this country. Zone RV, $42 million in debt, now under criminal investigation by ASIC. Network RV, $30 million. Tango, $3.4 million. Highline, Argen RV, dragged into liquidation by the Supreme Court over unpaid work cover debts. Great Aussie Caravans, gone. Sunland RV, the iconic off-road builder, gone along with Phoenix and X-Series when Global RV collapsed on June the 25th. And Starvision, the Chinese importer that emptied its Melbourne showroom in May and vanished overnight without telling its customers, now officially in liquidation as of July the 6th. 9 brands, and 5 of those went down in the space of 2 weeks in June alone. 2 weeks. Let that sink in. At the end of 2025, there were more than 200 caravan brands fighting for a market that has halved since the COVID peak. During the pandemic, the industry was pumping out close to 50,000 units a year. Now it's around 24,000. Dealer yards are stacked with vans they can't move. Manufacturers that ramped up production to meet COVID orders are drowning in unsold stock. And the brands that got fat on cheap credit and big promises are falling like dominoes. But here's what nobody in the industry wants to talk about publicly. There is a wave of quiet dumping happening on dealer lots right now, and if you don't know what to look for, you could drive away with a bargain, or you could drive away with a $60,000 paperweight that nobody will ever service, warranty, or repair. That's what this video is about. What dealers are quietly trying to get rid of, and the brands that will still be standing when the dust settles. I'm Liam. I'm 50. I've been in this industry my whole adult life. No sponsorships, no brand loyalty, nobody paying me a cent. Everything I'm about to say comes from published insolvency records, ASIC filings, AC data, industry reporting, and first-hand trade experience. Let's go. First, the 5 types of caravan being dumped right now. Number 5 is orphan stock from collapsed manufacturers. Right now, there are dealers around the country sitting on brand new Victory, Vancraft, Next Gen, and Styline caravans that were built by Network RV before it went into administration. There are Sunland and Phoenix vans on lots with no factory behind them. These vans are being offered at steep discounts because the dealers know the warranty is a question mark. The administrator says they're looking for a buyer, and maybe the brands get rescued, maybe they don't. But if you buy one today, you are gambling that someone will honor a warranty that currently has no manufacturer standing behind it. Some of these are well-built vans, some are not. But the risk is yours, and the discount needs to reflect that. If it doesn't, walk away. Number 4 is COVID-era aged yard stock. During 2021, 2022, and 2023, dealers were ordering everything they could get their hands on. One industry insider told a trade magazine that a manufacturer boasted they had 2 years of orders in the system and didn't need to advertise. Within 6 months of the boom ending, that 2-year order bank dropped to 3 months. The vans kept arriving on dealer lots, but the buyers stopped coming. Right now there are brand new 2023 and 2024 plate caravans sitting on dealer yards around Australia that have been exposed to sun, rain, and weather for 12 to 18 months without ever being towed. Rubber seals degrade in UV. Canvas perishes. Batteries go flat in sulfate. Tire compounds dry out. These vans are technically brand new, but structurally they're already compromised. Dealers are offering $5, $10, sometimes $15,000 off listed price to move them. If you're considering one, get an independent pre-purchase inspection before you hand over $1. Check every seal, every battery cell, every tire sidewall. The discount might be real value, or it might be the cost of problems the dealer doesn't want to fix. Number 3 is Chinese imports from brands that no longer exist. Starvision was selling cut-price copies of expensive Australian-built expedition campers from its Melbourne and Brisbane showrooms. In May, it emptied the Dandenong South showroom overnight without telling customers who had paid deposits. By July, it was in liquidation. X-Series, another Chinese import line, went down with Global RV in June. These aren't isolated cases. Every caravan show season, new imported brands appear with rock-bottom prices and vanish within a year, sometimes just rebadging and starting again. The vans that survive the brand's death are almost impossible to get parts for, and there is no local workshop that built them, knows them, or wants to touch them. If you cannot confirm a 5-year trading history, a physical Australian workshop, and a proven parts pipeline, do not buy. Quick favor before we get to the top 2. If this is useful, hit subscribe. It costs nothing, and it helps this reach the next person who might be about to hand over their savings to a brand that won't exist next month. On we go. Number 2 is overproduced volume brands being fire sold at prices that should make you ask why. JB Group has been running deals for months, up to $19,000 off selected yard stock. New Age is advertising huge deals on existing stock. MDC ran a clearance offering up to $11,000 off showroom models. Easy Trail has close to 80 discounted units listed on its website right now. Some of these are genuine opportunities. A well-built van at 10 grand below retail is a smart buy if the manufacturer is stable and the van has been stored properly. But when the discounts get that large, you need to ask whether the van is being sold because business is good or because the company needs cash flow to survive. The brands that are discounting the hardest are often the ones carrying the most debt, the most overstock, and the most risk. Check the manufacturer's financial health before you celebrate the bargain. And number 1 on the dump list, and this is the one that genuinely makes my blood run cold, is vans built by a manufacturer now under ASIC criminal investigation. Zone RV's assets were purchased by Essential Caravans, and the Zone brand continues. But the original company collapsed, owing $42 million after using customer deposits to fund operations. ASIC is now investigating. Completed Zone vans and unfinished builds are still circulating, some through dealers, some privately. If you are offered a Zone RV, you need to understand exactly who built it, when, and under what entity. The brand name on the side tells you nothing about the warranty behind it. Ask for documentation. Verify the build date. Confirm which company's warranty applies. Do not assume. Now the other side. Because for every brand collapsing, there are manufacturers that have been standing on the same factory floor for decades and will be standing there long after this correction ends. These are the ones that'll outlast them all. Number 5 is Retreat Caravans. Composite RXP construction, strong aluminum framing, and a build method that virtually eliminates water ingress. The single biggest killer of caravans over time. Retreat has grown steadily, without overextending. They didn't chase the COVID boom with reckless production targets, and they're not sitting on mountains of unsold stock now. Solid warranty, responsive dealers, and a build quality that independent reviewers consistently praise. Number 4 is Crusader Caravans. 4-time Caravan Industry Victoria Manufacturer of the Year in 6 years, and the first and only brand to hold CIV Master Manufacturer accreditation. Full composite construction on Australian steel, built at their purpose-built factory in Epping. When the industry's own governing body says you build a better product than everyone else in the room, that means something. Number 3 is Lotus Caravans. Over 21 years in the game, Australian-made off-road specialists running their own AL Plus aluminum alloy frames with Cruisemaster suspension and Redarc systems. Owners report doing tens of thousands of hard Outback Ks and coming back for their second and third Lotus. That kind of repeat buyer rate tells you everything no brochure ever could. It doesn't happen with a van that falls apart. Number 2 is Kedron Caravans. 60 plus years, 3 generations of the Gall family, built in Brisbane on a build-to-order model that means they never overproduce and never sit on debt-funded stock. Hot-dipped galvanized chassis, interlocked aluminum frames, over-engineered everything, and a company that has weathered every single market correction since the 1960s without missing a beat. When brands half their age are collapsing under debt, Kedron just keeps building. And number 1 is Bush Tracker. Every single Bush Tracker is custom built from a blank canvas. No speculative stock, no dealer floor plans, no debt-fueled growth. Just one van at a time, built to a survival-grade standard, for a customer who ordered it and waited. 15-year-old Bush Trackers are still running the Kimberly and the Simpson without major issues. The business model is the opposite of everything that is collapsing right now. That is not a coincidence. So the recap. 5 types being dumped. Orphan stock from collapsed brands, COVID-era aged yard stock, Chinese imports from dead brands, fire-sold overproduced volume vans, and units from a manufacturer under criminal investigation. 5 that'll outlast them all. Retreat, Crusader, Lotus, Kedron, and Bush Tracker. My honest takeaway is this. The brands that are collapsing right now all have something in common. They chased volume. They took on debt. They built on speculation. They treated customer deposits like operating capital. And when the market corrected, the music stopped. The brands that will outlast them are the ones that never played that game. They build to order, or close to it. They grow conservatively. They've been family-run for decades, and they put every dollar into the product, not the showroom or the caravan show stand. This correction is brutal, and the industry association's own numbers show manufacturing output already down 5% and still falling. But for a smart buyer, it's also an opportunity. Quality used vans from stable manufacturers have never been more available. Just make sure you're buying from a company that will still be answering the phone in 5 years. Do your homework. Check the ASIC register. Read the warranty fine print. Get an independent inspection. And if the deal seems too good to be true, it almost certainly is. Share this with someone who's shopping right now. It might save them a fortune. I'll see you in the next one. Buy the builder, not the brochure. This content reflects the presenter's honest opinions based on publicly available information including ASIC filings, published insolvency records, AC data, industry reporting, and first-hand trade experience at the time of recording. Individual experiences may vary. Always conduct independent research and seek professional advice before making any purchasing decision.